Oh, hello there. So this video is directed to people who think that they are believers of Christ. If you're not a believer, then this isn't directed to you. Although it could affect people who don't know anything about the faith. This is about Roman Atwood and his recent video of selling voodoo doll toys in his business. This, I called the church, the Mormon. I spoke to someone from the Mormon church today who was very nice. And he was absolutely, this is not acceptable. This is not anything that the Mormon would, what he said was that no person would be a member in good standing to be doing this, okay? And even suggested that it might be somebody that is just trying to either attack the church, or he says there's a lot of people who try to act like they're from the church and then promote things that are not acceptable by the church, and that's an attack on the church, or that just would be somebody who's just not really a member of the church, but for maybe popularity or to try to get, personal benefits of being a member of the church, that and I actually defended him. I said, I could be wrong, but I said, I don't think that this person is trying to do this for like using, for personal gain to be a member of the church. I said, I said, he had done a podcast about content that was controversial and actually took heat from large podcast channels that did podcasts just about him, and it's not easy being a Christian. Socially, it's not, because you have so many people who hate people of faith. They're faithophobics, and they are very persecutory. They persecute. They're mean-spirited. They're hateful. They're trolls. But the problem is that he's pushing this kind of thing as if it's okay, it's acceptable, and then he has I call them cult-like followers, that is targeting anybody who would stand up against what he's doing and abusing. They're being verbally abusive. They're just, that's what he's doing. And so not only trying to present that he's a professed Mormon. He's done interviews and podcasts about his belief, how he converted to being a Mormon, and how he got saved. And so it's very serious when you have a lot of young followers, or just in general, if you're you can't just act like you can sell voodoo items and that this is okay. It's not okay. And they don't even celebrate Halloween, which I don't, and either. I'm not a Mormon, but it is a dark holiday. But you know what? I don't judge people who are not of the faith, and I'll show you why. Those that are without, meaning not a member of the church, God will judge them. You need to put away the evil one from among yourselves. Put away the wicked man from among yourselves. That's the message to the church. And for those who would say, you need to be judged, that's just somebody with a dark spirit who is judging you, saying they're not supposed to judge. It's the most commonly misused Bible verse in the world. So if you're somebody who's learning about the Christian faith, if you hear somebody saying you're not supposed to judge, that person is speaking in error, or they're just speaking from spirit of error that's operating through them. Not only you're not allowed to go along with things, but you're supposed to restore your brother, right? So don't ever let anybody intimidate you with that Bible verse. You just come back at them and say, okay, you're saying I'm not supposed to judge, but didn't you just judge? That's right. That's what you say to someone who says something like that. If anyone is caught in any transgression, you who are spiritual should restore him in a spirit of gentleness. That's Galatians. That's what the Bible teaches. One of the most needed and yet most neglected ministries in the body of Christ is that of going after and seeking to restore a brother or sister who has fallen into sin. We avoid doing it for a number of reasons. No one likes confrontation. We don't know what to say or how to go about it. We don't want to be judgmental or critical. Don't be condemning. That's what the Bible teaches. And then it says, Galatians 6:1 instructs us, if a man is caught in any trespass, restore that person. If they won't be restored, cast out from among you. That's what it teaches. It literally does. People are so quick they want to go and judge the people who aren't even a member of the church, and you don't even like try to keep your own body, right before God. And that's one of the problems with the church. So this is not acceptable. The church member, the Mormon church that he belongs to, is very clear. This is not acceptable before them. And he said he was convinced this is not really a member of the church. This is not somebody in good standing. And I said, I think this is somebody that maybe just doesn't know that how harmful this kind of thing is, but it's not acceptable. And I just want people to know that him or anyone that follows him that tries to act like this is not a light thing, he's a Mormon, and this is not acceptable to their church. Absolutely rejects this.